Hello, welcome to Inside Circle. I'm Mark Webster.
And I'm Cameron Brown. This is our third Inside Circle, and this is going to be a basketball special. Speaking of basketball, who do you have at the half, Mark? MVP?
I'm going to have to go with Anthony Davis. The reason why I say Anthony Davis is you have to look at his numbers. 24.5 a game, that's amazing. And he's only a 2-year player.
True.
So I'm going to have to go with Anthony Davis. Who you got, Cam?
I mean, I got James Harden. He's averaging 27 points a game, 7 assists, and 6 rebounds. I mean, his player efficiency rating is like 27. The guy is playing amazing. He's playing great for his team, and MVP is the most valuable player for your team. Correct. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So, I mean, right now with Dwight Howard out, the most valuable player for the Rockets is James Harden. And he's the best scorer. He's a young Kobe.
Yeah, I have to agree.
And what about the snubs for the All-Star game?
I'm going to have to go with Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward has been doing amazing things this year.
Great player.
He has 19.9 points per game. I mean, those are numbers for a player like him. You know, he's a 4-year player, though, but he's really grown. I watched him growing from Butler University all the way to the Jazz. You know what I'm saying? So,
and he's from Indiana, too. And how do you not like a player from Indiana? You know what I mean?
Right.
And I understand what you're saying, but I'd have to go with DeAndre Jordan as mine. He's really big for the Clippers right now, and he's tattoo, I think, 2 straight 20-20 games. Mm-hmm. That's without Blake Griffin there. He's grabbing all the rebounds. He's playing great. Him and Chris Paul are the center of the team, and it's really hard without the third Blake because they've been so used to having Blake there as another star, and DeAndre hasn't he's just picked up the slack. And I mean, right before the All-Star game, you're going to give 20 and 20, and with so many people out of this year that were playing and so many injuries, DeAndre Jordan should have got a spot. I mean, I know, like I said a couple weeks ago, Damian Lillard got his spot. They put him in. DeAndre Jordan should also got a spot. I mean, why not? He's, like I said, 2 games straight to 20 points. I mean, 20 points and 20 rebounds. Why not?
He's a great player, but I just think Gordon Hayward should have made it too.
I agree.
All right, guys, who you got for this John Wallace skill challenge?
Like you said, John Wall less. If John Wall was there, I'd have John Wall for sure as a winner. But without John Wall, I'm going to have Jeff Teague. He's great right now for the Hawks. He's averaging 17 points, 8 assists, 3 rebounds. Like I said last week, the kid can play defense. He can play offense. He can be whatever you want him to be. He will be the winner of this year's skills challenge. Mark my words. How about you, Webbie?
And I'm going to have to disagree with you on that. I'm going to go with Toronto's own Kyle Lowry, averaging 18.6 a game. You can't beat that, man. You know he's going to put on for the city. And you're going to have Drake there cheering him on, too. Kyle Lowry it is.
All right, guys, who do you got for the 3-point contest?
I'm going to have to go with Kyle Culver. You know why? He's shooting 50% at the 3-point line. That man can flat out shoot. I mean, he just walks in the gym just draining threes. You know what I'm saying? So Tommy, mark my words, he will be holding up the 3-point contest.
I can't disagree with you more. The Splash Brothers are in that contest. You know that, right?
Yeah, they are.
Clay and Steph are in that contest, right? Kyle Korver might be shooting 50%, but when he hits 9 from 9 in 1 quarter with 3-pointers, call me, because that's what Clay did. Stephen Curry had just as good as the third quarter, maybe a little less points, but I mean, these guys are amazing. The Splash Brothers, either of them can win it. It's either of their game to lose. I don't care what their percentage from the 3-point line is. Steph is practicing the 3-point contest.
So who wins it then?
One of the Splash. I mean, I have Steph first, Clay second, but one of them win it. There's no way that one of them lose it. Kyle Korver's not going to win it. I just can't agree with you.
Well, it won't be splashing. It won't be splashing that night. So
it's going to be
splashing from Kyle.
Nah. Nah.
We'll have to see.
Mark my words, Tommy.
All right, guys. Personally, I love Cam's first 2 answers. He didn't finish the third one. Only gave kind of a vague answer, so Mark did, but I'm going to go with Cam for the win.
Oh, man. Oh.
What can I say? I'm a winner, just like the Splash Bros.
That was a good one, man. Well, in the NBA, we have some developing news. They said Carmelo Anthony might be shutting it down after the All-Star break. How do you feel about that, Cameron? What are your thoughts on that?
Like you said, Mark, Melo shutting down after the All-Star game. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. The Knicks are basically playing for the rights for Jahlil Okafor right now. They're 10-43, I believe. I mean, they're not going to win anything. Melo shouldn't play and get himself hurt. He has a 5-year contract. I mean, for the next 4 years, he needs to be healthy. This year's already over. He's had a good season, 24 points, 7 rebounds. He's playing in the All-Star game, which why wouldn't you put Melo, one of the best scorers in the game, in it? But he shouldn't play. He shouldn't play for the rest of the season. I just don't see why he would put himself in harm's way.
Right.
I mean, they're not going to win anything. maybe go win 20 games, maybe 10 more games. I mean,
I don't even see him doing that.
Hey, come on. Just the guy, he can sit down, chill out, get ready for next season with hopefully they get a pick like Jahlil Okafor. Hopefully the Lakers get Jahlil Okafor. I'm sorry. But hopefully the Knicks get a good pick that can help Melo out because Melo's a hardworking player. But I think he's just shut it down and after the All-Star game and support his team the best way he can without playing.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you on that. Well, both teams, like the LA Lakers, are both in the sweep for him, so it's going to be an interesting stretch down low. But, yeah, Melo should just call it quits.
Yeah. Let's move on to college basketball. Who do you have, Ohio State or Michigan State?
Big game. Big Ten.
Really big game.
Big game.
Big Ten, yeah.
I'm going to have to go with the Spartans, man. You know why I say the Spartans? Okay, it's a big game for the Spartans because Tom Izzo knows that his team really needs this win to show that they are still contenders in the Big Ten.
Yeah, and for the tournament.
In the tournament, too. So I'm going to have to go with the Spartans, 65-67.
Well, I can't agree with you at all.
Oh, man.
Ohio State has my favorite guard outside of Kentucky's Aaron Tyler. You know, I'm a big Kentucky fan. But my favorite guard in the country outside of my favorite team, D'Angelo Russell, who I would love for him to go to the Lakers. Just saying, throwing any hints out there for any Laker officials watching. D'Angelo Russell is averaging 19 points and 6 rebounds a game. 6 assists. He's such an explosive player. He reminds me so much of Russell Westbrook. I mean, it's crazy. Like, this guy can score. He can just flat out score. He can pass. He can rebound. He can do whatever your team needs him to do. And wherever he goes next year, if he doesn't stay, because it's a possibility he could stay. But if he, wherever he goes next season, they're gonna get a great player. No, I don't see anybody on Michigan State ability to guard D'Angelo Russell. And if you do, Mark Levin will tear it up. They're Ohio State 4-year. Mark Levin will tear it up. D'Angelo Russell, if he doesn't put up 20 points, Mark Levin will put up 12, 13. And we don't see many college players averaging over 20, and D'Angelo Russell's averaging just about 20 points a game. Best scorer in the country, I like him more than Jahlil Okafor.
Oh, wow.
I like him more than Jahlil Okafor. Jahlil Okafor is probably NBA ready, but I think D'Angelo Russell is just as NBA ready. He's a man among boys offensively. I mean, defensively he has some work, but offensively he's a man among boys. He's ready for the NBA. He has a scoring mindset. He reminds me so much of Russell Westbrook. It's crazy. I see him and I'm like, gosh, this kid, what he's going to be in the NBA, like what he can be for a team.
Right. I have to agree on that part about the Russell guy. You know, he can flat out play, but I just think Michigan State for this game has to set a statement. And you know, Izzo's club is just going to be, it's in Michigan State too, if I'm not mistaken, and you know that place gets crazy.
But D'Angelo Russell, he's just as good on the road to me. I mean, you get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the kid can play basketball, and I think he's going to be the X factor for this game. Michigan State won't have anybody that can just guard D'Angelo Russell. He's going to be a game changer. He will change the game, and once he gets in his groove and once he gets to playing, then just get out of his way.
Well, if they play man to man, you can just pretty much book it. You know,
yeah.
If you go into a zone against that type of offense that Ohio State has, I like Michigan State's chances. But
the only person that could probably guard D'Angelo is Tyler Ulis or Dominique Hawkins, both for Kentucky. Two of the best defensive players I've seen. I know, or I've watched play. So I mean, like I said, I have Ohio State. D'Angelo Russell's an amazing player. He's going to take Ohio State past Michigan State, and he's going to take them a nice way in the tournament, I believe.
We'll have to see about that.
Yeah, we'll have to see. But on some sad news, we all know that Dean Smith and UNLV's coach, Jerry Tarkanian, passed away. Two great coaches that did so much for the sport of basketball. We're going to have a moment of silence. What do you have to say about this, Mark?
Yes, it's really sad. It was a sad week for both of those families, you know.
Organizations,
and even former players. So,
yeah. I mean,
Michael Jordan, even he called some of the players that were like, you know, that he's played with. This has been a really sad week.
Dean Smith has had such a connection with all of his players. Mike even said that like he's like a second father to him. You know how Mike feels about his father.
Right.
So I just wish the best for UNC, the family, the UNLV organization, the families of both teams, and thanks for watching.